Wagwan, what's up, my people? This is the fun of the Wonder Boy, and I'm just sitting here, just wondering about all kinds of things, and that has informed my new series on this particular channel. Thank you very much, and if you're new, if you have not subscribed to my channel, go get your subscribe button, maze. Na kama unaweza penda kulani every time na drop video pia hit your notification bell hapo kando yake, ndio nikipost video mpya inakurushia email pale, umepatia notification kwa YouTube yako. Now, having said that, maze, I'm just wondering the first episode about Murang'A. Unacheki, juzi I was talking to my friend, tunapanga, aliniambia wewe ni wa Murang'A, nikamwambia mimi ni wa Murang'A. Okay, wewe ni mtu kwanza, as in you're among the few people I know wa Murang'A ambao I want to ask, to probe and ask, what is this thing, what is this feeling they have about the people of Murang'A? Apparently, and si mara moja nimesikia hiyo story. It's just that juzi imefanya nifikiria sana about this particular place, this particular county I call home, and these people I call my people, Murang'A, Adoito. And of course, we're going to look into that right about now. Swali ni ati watu wa Murang'A ni wa difficult sana. Watu wa Murang'A ni hawasapotiani, as in you have to be within certain circles. Really, I don't know about you, but I think hiyo kitu ni characteristic ya places zingine mingi pia, like but Murang'A, I said, even when I met a pastor like many years ago, he was like, man, it's so hard to start a church here, like the people just watch you, like even business people, even politics, wasikiaga watu wakisema Murang'A, especially Murang'A town, siasa yake sijui nini. So what is it, I'm just wondering, what is it about Murang'A that gives us those characteristics? And of course, Murang'A is a very popular place in terms of it's the home of Gikuyu. Unacheki, as in the Kikuyu tribe inatokea pale Mkuru wa Nyakanga, according to the story, that is within Murang'A County. Some of the wealthiest people, the billionaires, wale wana own a lot of wealth in Nairobi and other counties in Kenya and abroad, are basically from Murang'A. A lot of them are from a place called Roadhia. Mabilionaires sana. Lakini pia inasemekana Murang'A ni place ingine, especially in the mainstream, tuseme hard news, Murang'A is depicted as that volatile place, mahali kuna maguns wanavuruga mikutano ya kisiasa, mahali yani kuna insecurity kibao sana. But swali ni is that all there is about Murang'A, man? Lakini tukiendelea, I'll share my opinions about this county, my experience. Juu nimestay hapa Murang'A sana, ni ndashiarirwo haria General Hospital. I was born in Murang'A, man, at the General Hospital back in the day. And so I have some opinions. I have traveled to many places, and I am yet to travel to many places. So many other places I want to travel to. I have been there, done that, and I have been humbled. I have been homeless, and I can tell you for sure, I have some opinions about Murang'A that will probably, move forward the conversation about this particular county. And I would like to hear your opinions and your views and your experience about Murang'A. Na uniambie kama wewe ni wa Murang'A ama wewe una comment ukiwa mtu wa mbali mwenye ako na experience ya Murang'A. Unacheki, juu hii county, I don't know. Anyways, having said that, acha tuingie kwa screen recording, ndio tuingie pale kwa mtandao. Yes. And to start us off, manze, we're going to look up Murang'A. What does the internet say about Murang'A? But before that, me fan wa Heart the band na wamedrop track mpya ni jana hapo, inaitwa what's the name of this song? Let's see. Simple Man. Okahaha hakuhenanie kairatu. All right. Interesting. Anyways, acha ichezage hapo mdogo mdogo, tutafuta hata mingine. Unaona vile matabs zimejaa huko. So let's look up Murang'a. Just that, Murang'a. What is the first page? Murang'a.go.ke. Okay, acha tuone Murang'a inasema nini about Murang'a. Murang'a is a town in Murang'a County. Hold on. Yes, yes. Murang'a is a town in Murang'a County of Kenya. The town used to be called Fort Hall. It is the administrative center of Murang'a County and is mainly inhabited by the Kikuyu community. According to the 1999 census, the town has a population of 11,000. 1999, we had 11,000 people. What about now, year 2009? Anyways, hotels, 3 stars, they are averaging 8,000. Acha tuone mahoteli ni gani ya huku. Alright. Here we got Scanis Haven, we got River in Nokras, we got Hotel Nokras Murang'a, we got Jambo Village, we got Murang'a Mukawa, we got Harcourt Guest House, we got Beckham Hotel, we got Karogia House, we got Fortune Green Hotel in Murang'a Town, we got Nice Digital City. This is not Murang'a. Pamela Gardens in Murang'a Town. Some really nice hotels. Okay, let's head back to see colleges and universities in Murang'a. Murang'a University, Murang'a Institute of Technology. We've got Pioneer University. We have Edinburgh University now. Anyway, tukisonga na rada, turudi nyuma tuone Murang'a.go.ke. Tuone gava hapo, tafungua hii ya gava pia kwanza kabla tumeingia Wikipedia. Kaiyetu kambi. Aya, nalika wase sana. Ndio hii hapa. Advertisement ndio hapa kwanza, story na internal advertisement of vacancies in Murang'a County Government Department of Health and Sanitation. Wow. Kuna sema majob hapo. Majob. Okay. Acha tuone gallery, si ndio? Si gallery, si basically si cheki Murang'a tuone nini mbaya na itao. Tuone vile inakaa itao. Gallery tunacheki hapa hivi ma milk coolers nini is our biggest thing. That's it. In our gallery only photos from alright. We have Murang'a County Nyota Zetu Scholarships 2020, Buy Kenya Build Kenya Initiative. Governor Mongi area launches the new 35-bed capacity ICU facility. Okay, cool. Let's see projects. That's what is happening in Murang'a in terms of projects. Tukisonga na rada. But man, Tashtuka. There is persons with disability, Murang'a Women Circle. More than 3,000 persons with disability have benefited from aid kits such as wheelchairs, hearing aids, and all that. That's cool. That's pretty cool. It's really cool. Infrastructure. The county government has funded the graveling of more than 600 kilometers opening of barabaras. The county government will also establish a horticultural corporation to aid in marketing horticulture products. That is awesome. The county establishment of Murang'a Women's Circle, a cooperative movement geared towards enabling the women. ECDE and primary education, we've got Governor Mongi area posing with people there. More than 1,000 ECDE caregivers have been employed by the county government. That's awesome. Boreholes for water and irrigation. More than 30 boreholes have been drilled in addition to several domestic water projects across the county. Reno unit, the county government has established a Reno unit at the Murang'A County Referral Hospital. This is very important for the sake of helping manage lifestyle diseases. This is pretty cool, especially diabetes. I believe that's what a Reno unit does. Agriculture. Hey, tulieni. Hey. Agriculture accounts for the highest economic concentration in Murang'A County. Nothing else. No sports projects, no trade, health, agriculture, all. That's it, all. It's nothing like that. It's not been a compilation. Anyway, turudi pale pengine, let's see, let's find out what Wikipedia says about Murang'A. Pull up selector. Wikipedia, what do you know about Murang'A? Alright. From Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, not to be confused with Murang'A County. Why? This article needs additional citations for verification. Please help improve this article by adding citations to reliable sources. Unsourced material may be challenged and removed. Find sources. Okay. Murang'A or Murang'a. It's a town in Murang'A County of Kenya. The town used to be called Fort Hall. It's the administrative center of Murang'A County and is mainly inhabited by the Kikuyu community. So they have not updated the 1999 census. Let's check Murang'A population in 2009, right? Was it 2019 or 2009? Latest. Latest Murang'A population. 2019, according to the Ninile, is what? 1 million people in Murang'A County. Yes, 1 million people in Murang'A County, according to Wikipedia on that particular post. I think it's also according to, they get those figures from the Kenya Bureau of Statistics. Now, moving forward, let's hear what the overview says. Murang'A, located between Nyeri and Thika. The town of Murang'A is located 10 kilometers Nini. The town is low, a bit hilly, small, picturesque. What is that? What does that mean, picturesque? Of a place or building visually attractive, especially in a quaint or charming way. Yeah, it's a beautiful town, that's true. With an altitude of 4,120 feet above sea level. As a result of the varying altitudes, Murang'A can get quite cold from May to mid-August and can experience hail. Okay. Cool. All right. Murang'A is fast-growing town that attracts traders and farmers from the neighboring districts. It has banks, petrol stations, a post office, lodges, nightclubs playing the latest local and western music, restaurants serving local and exotic dishes, supermarkets, dry cleaners, and lively marketplaces. It has also a relatively busy bus and matatu transportation terminal. A district general hospital is located in the northern corner of the town. The town is accessible from Nairobi by Thika Murang'a Road to Nyeri, and from Nyeri. Yes, Murang'a Road. Niishi hapa kwa Tunu, pale kwa City Club kwa Kimti. Alright, Murang'a County got its first governor in the year 2013. His Excellency Governor Mwangi Weria was elected by DNA ticket to be the first constitutional governor. Alright, that's pretty much average temperatures we've got there. 47. Okay, principal. Okay, that's it. That's it. So it's just a little few kidogo facts about Murang'a County. I think this is the same. I think there's the same page. Murang'a County is one of the counties in yes, in Kamba, Murang'a County. Population, county, Nini, no notable people. Acha tuangalie wealth and poverty level, alafu tucheki urbanization, alafu tucheki notable people. Kabla tumefika hapo, let's look at the history. When missionaries first came to Kenya, they found the coast region already inhabited by Portuguese, who had taken the coast strategic for trade from Arab powers in the 16th century. The missionaries ventured into Kenya's rugged interior, and Murang'a was one of the first places they settled. Okay. When the British set up the East African Protectorate in 1895, their first administrative post, which is Fort Smith, was located in Murang'a. I didn't know that. Did you know that? That when the British set up the East African Protectorate in 1895, their first administrative post, Fort Smith, was located in Murang'a. Did you know that? That's crazy. Let's see. Okay, Fort Smith is selected for military pilot training center. Okay, so, so Fort Smith is also like an army base in the UK sort of city in Arkansas. What is it? Fort Smith is a city of the Arkansas River in northwest Arkansas. So Fort Smith is in Museum of History, Museum Nini. This is the US, right? Sounds like the US, but the place iko wapi? Fort Smith is in. It sounds British, but Arkansas is which city? Let's look up. Let's find out Arkansas, South Central region of the United States, home to more than 3 million people. Yeah, Arkansas is the US. It's the US of A. Alright. Okay. Anyways, so kuna hiyo place moja. This is what Murang'a was called, Fort Smith, as in the administrative post, what's called Fort Smith, which was located in Murang'a. Now, wow, this is crazy. One of the main highlights of Murang'a's history, however, is the Mau Mau uprising that was led by the Agikuyu community, who considered Murang'a the ancestral origin. Who consider, actually, yes. Murang'a is thus considered, at least by some, the birthplace of the Kenyan independence movement. Woo! Woo! Skiza. Okay, missionaries had initially been welcomed by Karori Wagakure, who was the chief of Tudo. So they set up the first mission church in Kenya at Murang'a. There is another first. The first mission church in Kenya was set up in Murang'a, Pale Tudo. Why is that not a tourist attraction site? Murang'a is also the source of rivers Maragua, which originates from the heart of Aberdare Range, the Aberdare Ranges, I think. Maria, Kayahoe, Irati, and Muriorio, among others. Muriorio, okay. Additionally, Murang'a is known for its fertile farming soil and good climate. Food crops such as maize, beans, sweet potatoes, roots, pumpkins, and bananas are grown in the region. Tea and coffee are the county's main cash crop. Okay, pale hivyo kuna form ya county government hapo hivyo, learning institutions. Let's check out a quick in a table here yenye inaonyesha local population za matao na wapi. Murang'a town iko na watu 24, the municipality, but the urban, wale watu wanaishi town ni 11. Wale watu tutakaa hii tao hapa tu hapa 11,000. That's a small number, right? I thought there's more people in Murang'a actually. Do you think it's still 11,000? This is according to the 1999 census. Yes. This number should have like doubled at this moment. So we keep it. Anyways, I think we need to look up KNSPS Murang'a. Kenya National Bureau of Statistics. Yes, ya umma hapo. Yes. Tuingie huku tupate information legit. Not legit, like recent information. We wanna know what such Murang'A County. Let's go. Kenya. The total enumerated population 47,564,296. Alright. Okay. Kuna wapi search results for Murang'A? Yeah, I think I just need to statistical releases. It's just you know go pole pole. Yes, economic producer, blah blah blah. Where can I, if I wanted to look at the breakdown by the county, you have to ask for that information. It's not here. I think they should have, have a tab of counties whereby you can be able to just check out counties. Let's see what downloads they got going on over here. Bulletin updating, press release, sparse pictures, strategy documents, reports. Report on the 2017 Kenya Census of Establishments, Kenya Violence Against Women Survey. They have all these kinds of surveys, eh? Kenya National Gender Statistics Assessment. Survey report on socio-economic impact of COVID-19 households. This would be something interesting to look at. Women and men in Kenya. Facts and figures 2017. That's something I would like to see. Something I like to see. Gender statistics assessment and this one too. Yeah. Gender sector statistics plan. Kenya Violence Against Children Survey 2019. Let's see what people are doing to kids. I think we're going to have to now deal with that. This will be for another episode. But I guess we just have to deal with the information we have so far from, that's basically it in terms of, I think, what is available about Murang'A. So basically tuko tunacheki tu, nilikuwa najaribu kucheki breakdown ya venye wasee wako nini 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 nini. Like I wanted to know the current numbers in terms of the population, especially towns and all that, like counties. But I'll take it. I just take it to the poverty level in central. Let's see. Did I pull this up? Yes. Wealth versus poverty. So hii inaonyesha average ya Kenya is that 45.9% of people in Kenya are poor. Lakini Murang'A ni 28.5% of people who are poor, like who live below the poverty line. Okay, I think that tab in show here the notable people. Urbanization, average 32.3% of Kenyans live in the urban centers. And then Murang'A ni 16.3% ndo wanaishi tao. So population kubwa ya Murang'A iko Ota. Ndio angalia calculator okay. Ati ngoja 16 16% sasa ni 0.16 times 1 million only 160,000 people live in the urban centers in Murang'A. 160,000. So inamaanisha more than 840,000 people, 800,000 wanaishi Ocha. How about hii ya poverty tumeona ni gani? Urbanization, this is notable people who come to that. Urbanization, well, the poverty level, let's just look at this one. Kenya si tuko 47 million. Ay, 47 million times 0.45 ni 45 0.45 Kenya mzima yani times 0.45 equals 21, and basically 21 million Kenyans wamesota. I tell you, according to the census. Na sasa tutaangalia report ya the socio-economic impact on the Kenyan population due to the COVID-19 pandemic. But having said that, let's look at the poverty levels in Murang'A, which is 28.5. So that means 0.28 times 1 million people, give or take, right? So 280,000 people wamesota mbaya Murang'A. Hiyo ndio ukweli. 280,000 people. Iko wengi. Jehovah. Aya, let's look at some of the notable people in Murang'A. Kenneth Matiba, of course, pale juu is a prize. It's a prize. Pale juu manze. Morio, he could have become the president. In fact, some people still argue, manze Kiribiwo. But nevertheless, Kenneth Matiba is one of the most notable people in Murang'A for many years, for many decades. May he rest in peace. He's a politician, the first Kenyan opposition leader. Murang'A has a lot of firsts. The first post, the Fort Smith, the first missionary church, and now the first opposition leader, businessman and civil servant. Then we have Charles Ruvia, the first African mayor of Nairobi. From Murang'A, my friend. Mwangi Wairia, the governor. Irungu Kangata, the current senator. Kembi Getora, former senator, Murang'A County. Much respect. Peter Kenneth is the presidential candidate to 2013 elections. The former assistant minister and member of parliament. Sabine Wanjiro Chege is the chairperson of a health committee in the National Assembly, MP woman representative Murang'A County. Joseph Kamaro, of course, our legend, manze, may rest in peace, renowned Benga musician. So what he sings is Benga. Kikuyu tu venye tunaimba hiyo ni Benga. That's interesting. Anyways, Dr. Kashurua Karege, he's a former MP Kandara. John Joroge Michuki is a former cabinet minister. Elias Mbao, former MP. Ndede Nyoro, current MP. Clement Mushiri Wambogo, former MP. James Mwangi, entrepreneur, business and current CEO of Equity Bank. Dr. James Mwangi. Peter Monga, the businessman and entrepreneur who owns the bank where Dr. James Mwangi is the CEO. Jim Nambaru, the politician, businessman and entrepreneur, very major player in the stock exchange Nairobi pale alikuwa Bazenga sana. Alice Wahome is the current MP Kandara. Kuna zingine is gonna red. And James Kerry Asaf, former Murang'A Town Council planner. Wagoa Makeri, a woman, a colonial chief. Who ndio the mythical, lakini si myth. She is actually a real character. She was real and she was an actual colonial chief, according to the story. We'll dig into some of these stories in the future, but we also have Peter Kagwanja, who is a scholar and a presidential advisor. All right. That's pretty interesting. Some notable people who have not been mentioned here, like Akina John Kiriamiti, Manze is a very big, major author. We have a lot of other people who have not been mentioned here, and I don't think there's a point to mention all these politicians. They are notable fine, but unless you've done something, as in, yeah, that's what I think. So probably somebody should take that time to edit that. Having done that, manze, acha tuangalie. Let's Google specifically hmm, uh, movies made in Murang'a. Nation Africa, like a movie, Insane Driving made Murang'a TT a thriller. Murang'a County Integrated County Film and Art Festival. Ate, My Life in Prison. My Life in Prison 204 is the third novel by in John Kiriamiti's Kenya crime fiction series. He realizes that a prison and city life is a way of living he could not accomplish in his home village of Murang'a. Eventually, Zolo gains as a blah 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 blah. This is something I'd like to read. Let's check out. But first of all, let's put it on another tab. Mau Uprising Wikipedia, which started in Murang'a. The Mau Uprising 1952 to 1960, also known as the Mau Rebellion in Kenya. The Kikuyu who lived in the Kiambu and Murang'a areas. Da 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 da. All right, Leibu movies made by. Okay, let's see what that is. Anything squatters in Kenya's Murang'a County. Speak of colonization. All right, images of for movies made in Murang'a. Huh? 11 movies you didn't know were shot in Kenya. That's Sabina by Audio Murang'a featuring songs on Amazon Music. Amazon.com. Really, that's interesting. The politics of ideology and personality rivalry in Murang'a district. What is that? Let's now that is getting closer to what my friend was complaining about. Sindio, Mauma Uprising movie, Mauma fighters names, sub counties in Murang'a County constituencies, Murang'a County wards, Murang'a County map, Murang'a South sub county. Okay, fine. Let's go back to yes. Let's also see this. This is July 2020. Oops, sorry, couldn't load the article. All right, fine. I think this no doesn't. Some of the action in the Murang'a time trial. Bana. Okay, fine. Let's go. Let's move along. Manze. A movie. Okay, My Life in Crime, My Life in Prison. I think what the movie that they really wanted to do was My Life in Crime, but was the events in the book are narrated against the background of an alleged incident of brutality by warders of the prison on the prisoners at Naivasha Maximum Security Prison on 24th April 1972. This book, the best-selling Kenyan novel of all time, is currently being adapted into a film. Did you hear that? That My Life in Prison is the best-selling Kenyan novel of all time. Is currently being adapted into a film. This is according to this story. When was this published on the Wikipedia? Right, which is John Kiriamiti wrote it in 2004, and it's the third novel in John Kiriamiti's Kenyan crime fiction series. Following My Life as a Criminal and My Life with a Criminal Billy's story, this series is loosely based on Kiriamiti's experiences as a young criminal in Nairobi and was written mainly whilst he was in prison for robbery. Wow, John, how are you? Manze, Noma sana, noma, noma, noma. Let's look at film adaptation. What is going on about this film adaptation? It was announced in November 2012 that a film would be made based on the books. By who? The cast and the crew were selected in April 2013 with Jim Ike starring as Jack Zorro. Kirina Productions have secured the movie rights. Filming was scheduled to begin in September 2013, which never happened. Now, these are some of the other books by John Kiriamiti. I have the scenes, the trophy here with me. We are having a project on that, and so I will not talk much about that. But here's a little bit about John Kiriamiti. Let's click this. And by the way, before we go to John Kiriamiti, I want to tell you about what happened with this Toro for Jim Ike and the April 2013 filming that never, I mean the September 2013 filming of My Life in Crime, the movie that never happened. The movie got a backlash. I don't think they were able to get enough funding for the production because people felt like as much as they were trying to make give the movie an international appeal, it was more of a Kenyan story. It is a very local story, unacheki. So having Jack Zorro, I mean having Jim Ike, who is a Nigerian actor, much respect, playing Jack Zorro was not did not go down well with many people, did not sit well with many people, and I think that backlash may have led to the lack of interest in financing for that particular film. I don't know what happened really, but story ni kama hiyo yani. Krina Productions, Janet Krina, I think is the one behind the Krina Productions. I don't know where she has been. It's been a minute since I saw Janet Krina anywhere in the media, but. It's possible she's out here, doing things I have not been able to interact with. But so mambo ni kama hayo. Kuna watu wengine wameattempt, some Tanzanians also tried to do that, but kulivyo ni ati haijaiwezekana. Wale watu watafanya hii story iweze ni watu wa Murang'a ama watu wako na hiyo element ati wanajua hii ni story local, hii ni story ya Kenya, kwa hivyo lazima ipate ile sura ya Kenya na ifanywe na wa Kenya. Unacheki, wanaweza tumia pesa za nje, they could use international money, but the story has to be told in the context of Kenya, where the way it is, the way it was made, au sio, the way it happened basically. Tukisonga na rada ni ati mambo ni kama hayo. All right, let's see John Kiramiti real quick because he's one of the major players in Murang'A. He's put the Murang'A like on the map in terms of him being such a force to reckon with. Okay, so this is spla.pro. What are they saying about yes, yeah, yes. This is a real quick info about John Kiriamiti by spla.pro. All right. John Batista Wanjohi Kiriamiti was born on 14th February 1950 in Doita village, Kamasharia location of Murang'A district in central Kenya. He is the second of 9 children born to Albert and Anne Wanjiro Kiriamiti, both the primary school teachers now retired in Murang'A. Kiriamiti studied for and passed his certificate of primary education CPE at the local primary school in Doita village. He was privileged to be among the first 9 African students to join the dominantly white Prince of Wales School, now Nairobi School, at a time when most Africans could not afford their 1,080 shillings school fees charged. Wow, John Kermit, I didn't know you went to Patch. Hey, okay. Hey, ulikuwa tupia nini? You are like one of the first 9 African students. The first 9 African students going how was that, man? Okay, anyways. Although John Kiriamiti received bursaries as a gifted African student, he joined the Prince of Wales School as a day scholar and stayed with his uncle in Bahati Estate in Nairobi's Eastland, where his elder brother Sammy stayed too. Sammy, okay. His academic life at the Prince of Wales was short-lived though, because in his last term as a Form 1 student, at the age of 15, he was expelled from the school after being the ringleader in a students' strike that marked the end of Kirimiti's formal education in spite of pleas from his parents to take up schooling elsewhere. Form 1. Form 1 ameanza urui, ameongoza strike. As a punishment for this misconduct, Kirimiti's parents decided to deport him back to Murang'A where they wanted to enroll him in a village secondary school. Kirimiti could not hear could not hear anything else besides schooling in Nairobi and declined his parents' request to attend the local school. Eventually, he decided to sneak back to Nairobi, getting away with his father's 600. Alitoka budake saa sita akajitoa Nairobi. In Nairobi, he had nowhere to stay as his uncle refused to take him in. But then mnafika Nairobi, ajulikana wewe manze jo hapana. Unataka kukaa ota, umehepa haya basi you're on your own. Sounds very familiar. Subsequently, Kiriamete resorted to wayward behaviors, and by the age of 20, he was already a known robber and in the police VIP list, as he calls it. The most wanted police list. As a criminal, Kiriamete went by the names of John Hamwene, Charles Lukindo, Richard Mwangi, Albert Ngure, Albert Wanjohi, and Jack Zolo, a name which he later used for his fictionalized self in both My Life in Crime and My Life in Prison, among others. In 1971, after a long cat and mouse game with the police, Kiriamete was arrested and sent to jail for 20 years with 48 strokes of the cane. It is at Kamiti Maximum Prison and Naivasha Government Maximum Prison that his first novel, My Life in Crime, was written and the initial ideas of My Life in Prison born. 5 months after the publication of My Life in Crime in 1984, Kiriamete was released on grounds of good conduct, having served 13 out of his 20-year sentence. Kiriamete's freedom, however, did not last long. For 2 years down the line in 1986, he was sent back to jail by President Moi's regime for allegedly being involved in what the government deemed a seditious movement meant to overthrow the government. Mwa Kenya. Haya. Buddha. This time, Kiriamete found himself head-on with the law after Benga musician turned soldier Hajulas Ochieng Kabasele implicated him in crime, having had interacted with most of the brains thought to be behind the Mwakenya movement, like Onyango Olo, Professor Katam Mutangi, Mwanda, Wiro Mohanga, Joe Obwor, and others. Kiriamete was a natural suspect for the authorities. Manze. Okay, hii story ni interesting sana. Tuwezi soma yote leo because this episode was not all about John Kiriamete, but shout out to John Kiriamete. It's very interesting that we I don't think we treat some of these household names with the level of respect they deserve. I mean, yeah, wow, that's such a huge name in our neighborhood alphabet in media. Oh, what is this? Introduction, gathering, printing. What is this? Yeah, get away from there. Go to Murang'A featuring Solex, Sabina. All right, listen now. Let's hear. Let's hear. Eh? Uh, get a, yeah, yeah. I got by album 089 inamaanisha 89 bob 89 bob inatoka 89 bob. Okay, anyways, that's interesting. Odio Murang'a, big up sana. Oh, kijana ni mwingine pia ame put Murang'a County in the limelight out there. Now there's also just this is a link somebody, a friend of mine gave. No, that's not what I thought it was. Anyways, let's check out this the politics of ideology and personality library in Murang'a District, Kenya, a study of electoral competition. Working Paper Institute of Development Studies, University of Nairobi. So this is for sale, right? 37 pages. Nini nini. How would you rate your experience shopping? Nini nini. Okay. This is very interesting. This is very interesting. Anyways, inamaanisha Murang'a ni place moja iko noma sana. As you can see, we have lots of big personalities who hail from Murang'a. We have a major history, but this Tao has remained like a small town, even though we have such big resources that we can capitalize on. This town, this county bado imeishi ni kama ocha, ni kama place hakuna, ni kama place backward, unacheki. For instance, tukiongea na best yangu juzi, I was just looking at the landscape, especially kwa art, the industry ya entertainment. Kuna wasanii wengi sana Kenya ambao wametoka Murang'a, especially Wakikuyu, wale sana sana unasikiaga wametoka Gatanga, hizo area. Most of these artists, they don't operate from Murang'a. They don't. Hata wa billionaires unasikia tukitaja nini nini, they don't operate from Murang'a. They come from Murang'a, but they don't operate from Murang'a. Equity Bank was started in Murang'a, Kangema, but there's nothing major about Equity in Murang'a. They had to move. Some of the major artists hata wale walianza Murang'a na wengine tunawajua, no need to mention names here, walizaliwa Murang'a, wakaanza art yao Murang'a, but as sooner or later they realized Murang'a has not been notice my choice of words, Murang'a has not been very conducive as a place to grow your art, as a place to try to make it as an artist. Na sio artist peke yake clearly, kwa sababu hata wanabiashara unaona wanajitoa wanaenda Nairobi, unaona ama wanaenda places zingine, si ndio? So Murang'a is basically home. Murang'a ni home too, and I think it doesn't need to be like that anymore, because I'd expect that Murang'a is such a rich, huge place, but the what we have as like car resources, as I say, in terms of people and the history and all those things, I don't think we capitalize on it. I think there's an element of ukiwa Murang'a, yani ni kaa tu yani place backward, unacheki. Some people, when I came back to Murang'a from Nairobi, they were like, yo mzee, umerudi Ocha, wasoka Gisagi. As in, going back to Murang'a, living in Murang'a is self-sabotage basically. Kuishi Murang'a wewe kama wewe ni msanii unajisabotage. That is how it has been like. But things have been changing gradually, pole pole, vitu zimeanza to change. A few individuals here and there wame maintain, wame decide niache, we are going to stay home and make the opportunities available to us from here. We don't have to go to Nairobi to record music. We don't have to to go to Nairobi to study media. You understand? You don't have to go to Nairobi to make it as an artist, to find performances, to find the contracts, to find the jobs to do as a creative. Kuna watu wamejituma hiyo design. Unacheki, unaona mtu individually hapa ameweka studio, ameweka nini, ameweka Grand Element, ameweka Nwax, ameweka studio Keno, ameweka studio wapi, ameweka studio Home, promote concert hapa, anaweka concert pale, kuna club iko pale. Na ukiangalia those things are happening at a very small scale, at a very individual scale. Tuangalie kama sports peke yake, si ndio? Sawa, kuna klabu ina train mahali kwa neighborhood, in most neighborhoods, hata maocha utapata maboy fulani wa hiyo area ama mademo wa hiyo area, kuna vile kwa njia yao ndogo hukutana mahali wanacheza futa ama wanacheza Kenya, wanacheza ama wanadu Kenya watadu, unajua. And but ile kitu unapata, yani kuna kitu inaendelea, kuna venye yani watu wanaweza pata livelihood pale, ni vitu ndogo sana ambazo ziko katika zina happen Murang'a. For instance, kwa sports unaangalia ni mtu mmoja tu, kampuni moja inaitwa MCL, Murang'a Sports Excellence MCL, Murang'a Sports Excellence Academy Limited. Wameenda mpaka wamenunua shamba, wamejenga kiwanja, unajua. And this is an initiative of one person who is a former player. I have seen him grow, President Wanyuike, from being a player to becoming a lawyer and making his money, and now he's come back to give. You understand? That is one person. I'm sure there are other people who are doing individual efforts. We have got Phoenix ambapo kijana na familia moja pale hivyo, the Kifugis wana support sana pale. Anthony ndio ako very passionate, the TM. Unacheki, unapata kuna our individuals, but at on the bigger scale, in the bigger scope of things, ukiangalia what is mainly happening has nothing, is not progressive. Unacheki, for instance, ile narrative iko sana sana ni siasa. Unacheki siasa, for instance, ukichekiza most of the leaders when wako in place, and look at what they are doing, what progressive things they are doing. Utashtuka mzee. Angalia na uniambie hapa hivi kwa comments, niambie ni vitu gani progressive wale wa viongozi wako kwa power saa hii wanadu. I'm talking progressive. Nasema kujenga barabara ni poa, si ndio? Kutambaza stima ni poa, si ndio? Fine. Kuripea maclasses ni poa. But manze, 2021 tunaongea tideko mozote kila fara. You shouldn't even talk about that. Just do it and then talk about progressive things. Talk about things we haven't had. I'm sure my grandpa could have had something from a politician that had to do with the road construction, that had to do with the water. I'm telling you for sure, and I'm not saying this article diminish your efforts. It's not the politician doing you a favor akijenga barabara. Hiyo ni kazi yake. In fact, anafanya job description yake. Unacheki. But your progressive solutions zenye aziko, nakwambia kasa hii dunia inasonga tu yani haraka sana. Unacheki. But ukiangalia places kama Murang'a, there's no hub. Hakuna hub place unaweza sema talent ya Murang'a ina hanesio. Unacheki. So fine, kuna mashule, so na kuna new curriculum, so talent is expected to be harvested through the mainstream education system. Sasa hivi ina happen, si ndio? Hizo miaka zote when we didn't have the new curriculum, and even with the new curriculum bado inapingwa na iko na nini zake, iko na curve yake yenye itafollow kabla imeanza kuripizo benefits. And does that mean that we cannot have like a hub? Hata kama si private, a hub. Kama sasa hiyo unasikia nikiongea juu ya club ya futa. That is the highest thing for someone in Murang'a who is a sports person that they can aspire to be. Yani kama MCL haiko, then footballers Murang'a hope yao ni gani? Atoke hapa aende nini za Nairobi. Sio hiyo ndio kitu tunasema. Ni sawa. Yes, I get it. Fine. I get it. But I hope pia una understand kenye nasema ni ati there's so much more to be done, especially by the leaders, especially by the prominent people. Instead ya kuraundana na magunze, sijui kuvuruga story na siasa, story na hizo vitu zote. Sasa mimi sisemi mtu asiji express Kenya na feel politically, but most of you guys, you have a lot of power, you have a lot of potential to transform industries, entire industries. Unacheki. So ninge encourage manze, juu history ya Murang'a kusemekana ati Murang'a ni kugumu, lazima ujue venye utakaa. Murang'a huwezi ongea sana sababu people adonimego kuamuka, watu hata kuongelesha. Mimi nimezoea hiyo mambo. Unajua, I have seen this community. I know my people. I know my people, my friend. I can tell you for sure, there's a time I was a youth president. Chachu mpya imekaa mtao. Mi nimechoka ACK, nasikiaga huko yani tunakaa tu chini, hakuna kitu active inafanyika, unacheki. So I have got all these ideas going on. So when Murang'a Town Baptist Church was set up, and I went there and I found that they are very progressive, they are open to new ideas. Mimi nikajituma pale, tukavuruga, tukafanya mambo, tukafanya ma activities. Vijana wanatoka kwa church zingine wanakuja Bapu, wase wanatoka kwa church zingine wanakuja Bapu, wanatoka mpaka Kadho wanatoka Kadho, ACK, Full Gospel, PCA, all of them, Deliverance, walikuwa na ni leaders wanahepa wanatoka Bapu, not because of anything else, but because they had an opportunity to express their potential, an opportunity to explore their gifts. Unacheki? So manze, alafu so nikapata kwamba wakati unadu kitu kama hiyo, now the church inaanza kubrandiwa. Nyinyi wenyewe mnaanza kubrandiwa. Watu wanaanza kufanya tule tumikutano wanafanyaga za kuongelelea maneno tugwe kati niguo beo njthi matige. I can tell you, me I've seen people behave. Nimeenda hivyo, nimeoa mlami tao, nimeona venye watu wamebehave. I know. Na ni wale tu wataongea na watakubash, wakikuangalia tu. I can tell you for sure that people in Murang'a are not entirely ati hivyo unaweza fikiria kama outsider that ati sisi ni watu wa Gikoro, sisi Murang'a ati ni watu wa hawatakiani, unacheki, ni watu wagumu, ni watu hawa embrace visitors, ni watu hawa embrace progressive thinking. Hiyo sio kweli kabisa. That is not entirely true, because I can tell you for sure ile kitu iko ile kitu iko ni ati, turudi kwa main sasa. Ile kitu iko ni ati it's only some few influential, very noisy people who make who give Murang'a that impression. Unacheki, for instance, juzi nilicheki kwa news ati watu wamevurugana mpaka Ihura, wanashikana mashati, wanachomana, wanachoma maposters, wanavurugana ati juu ya BBI. Na ukiangalia wase wote wengi wako hapo ni watu wachache sana Murang'a originals. Ni watu wako tu yani wamelipwa magunzi, wamelipwa wakavuruge wakisema ni watu. Of course kusema ati wewe unaishi Murang'a, umekomboa nyumba Murang'a, unafanyaga biashara Murang'a, doesn't mean you're from Murang'a. Somebody could just come and ajisaidie kwa nyumba yenu. Hiyo ni people who are paid goods and some locals who are not up to any good, ambao wanachomaga hiyo picha, unacheki hiyo design. So alafu kukitokea story mbaya hiyo ndio zinapewa highlight sana kuliko zile za vitu poa, unacheki. And I think also as a people, wale wase wamewacha the crazy people run the show. I think pia wao they are to be blamed, because the moment unaacha uongo yene, the moment unaacha mtiaji aendelee kupayuka, the more huyo mtiaji atavuruga mentality ya watu kuhusu venye Murang'a kunakaa, ukweli ya Murang'a, unacheki. So it's a mentality, really. It's a mentality that we need to take away from the public narrative that Murang'a huwezi make kama Murang'a huwezi toboa Murang'a. So the moment I came back from manze nikasettle huku, it's been a crazy experience manze. Ni ngumu ku explain venye hii atmosphere ya Murang'a inafanyaga yani mtu wa ile like you just want to settle, like you don't want to try to be unique, like you don't want to try to shine because people be like, what, yeah, you think you're better than us, or tu there. You understand that kind of a mentality? Hiyo ndio mentality iko Murang'a. Acha tafute, there's a scene in Nairobi Half Life, that will basically uh, express to you the behavior behavior of some of these Murang'a people who basically like kazi yao ni kama kuzima, ni kama ile kitu my former boss alikuwa anasema PhD. Kuna watu wako na PhD sana, pull him or her down, ezini, yani hawataki kuona mtu akiprogress. Matire meda makena, they are happy with your misery. When you're miserable, that's good, that's now sasa lu hedio la mutolere. Acha nitafute hiyo scene mazee. Kuna mahali uh, I hope hiyo nini ita through. I'll show you. um, it's somewhere, it's somewhere. It's somewhere. Jackie Bike. But I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that, man. Eh? Afande mimi nimeokoka. Hiyo place iko wapi jo? Tafutie hiyo kidini. Nisin, yes. Here we are. I found it. Woo! Acha niweke pia nile. Acha turudi kwa screen recording ndio uone hii kitu vile inaendelea, si ndio? You can see this now, right? Okay, here we are. And I wonder why this movie has been posted by Tig Picks Free African Movies. Guys, subscribe to the channel too. But anyways, sikia, unacheki mse. So what is happening here? Wase wako kwa keja, madingo wako kwa keja, lakini kuna huyu mori fulani hapa hivi anajifanyaga msanii, anasikia ni kama anaweza andika mistari nini nini, unacheki. But I want you to see what happens here, and then we'll come back to it. Let's boost it a little bit. Yes. Okay. Sikia. Sikia ngoja kidogo. Let's get back to a little bit. Just kidogo tu yani hapo. Matingo wanaongea stories zao kawaida. Alafu Morio anaanza kubonga mistari. Sikia.
Alafu ndio wakalio baroka vaite.
Kodi vaite ni tu.
Vaite alikuwa mtiaji. Murume alikuwa mtiaji, alipenda boys fulani hapa ni KJ. Boys alipotoka alikuja kama amepita na kichwa Murume.
Kai. This is Paul Ogola. Sikia, so unachikini madingo wakawa base yao wanapiga story, but there's something in him. Listen to, so yeye hata asikizi hizo story venye nani Mbogua anapewa story za Morome. Eh? Ulicheki venye kumeenda, it is a place whereby anaulizwa ni aje, wanaambia Mbogua, like one of the gangsters anaambia Mbogua, mse you anafikiria anaweza make it whatever, but this guy basically what is happening is anafeel ni kama that is now anafeel ni kama yeye ni msanii, anaweza, he has a decent voice, so he's likely to make it if he persists. Unacheki venye akijaribu kujiexpress, when he's trying to be who he is or who he wants to be, when he tries to express that, what is the behavior of the guys in the room? They laugh out loud. They're not laughing with him, they're laughing at him. Kenya wanafanya, they're trying to, and they're not it's not, for them it's not humor. They're not laughing, like they're not tickled. Yeah, maybe there's a certain degree of that, but Kenya wanafanya hiyo expression ya kucheka, wanacheka to, it's a communication to the guy to stop trying. Basically wanamwambia wacha kujaribu, as in that is, you're making a fool of yourself, you are basically laughable, and that is what you're gonna get, and that's what we're gonna give you. Like you basically hiyo ni PhD, they are trying to pull him down, unacheki, and that is basically a lot of what happens in Murang'A. That is has been the thing. Ukiangalia wasanii wengi walienda Murang'A. Jonaldo mwenyewe, I can mention his name because he's my buddy, and this is not in bad light. Amefanya mashow hapa, mashow. I was his MC many of those shows wakiwa na kina Dimelo. Jonaldo had to move to Nairobi. That's how he got into Inoro. Na hizo magigs zingine wanafanya Nairobi. That's how he made it. And now he's doing well in YouTube. Hivyo ndio kunaenda wazee. Murang'A ukitaka vizuri lazima ucheze na rada. But that is not the case anymore, because I have met a lot of artists who are basically actually moving from Nairobi to Murang'A. Yes, true. And people who are trying to make it from Murang'A, because now we have the great equalizer. What is the great equalizer? The great equalizer is the internet. Tuko na internet manze. Hauhitaji kwenda Nairobi ndo utambulike. Hauhitaji kwenda majuu ndo utambulike. As long as uko na bundles, uko na simu, unaweza ingia kwa mtandao, that's it. That's all you need to do. You don't even need to go to a studio. We need studios in Murang'A, na kuna zingine zimeanza saa hii tayari. We have NWAX studio ambapo I'm part of the collaboration there, because that is one thing that is, when something happens that is promoting talent, you can be sure you'll find me there in Murang'A. Even if I'm there on a voluntary basis, I will be there. Like the last thing the county government of Murang'A ever did at a major scale, at a big scale, to try and develop talent was in I think 2016 ama 2017 kama ni recent sana, wakati we went across the entire county conducting auditions za Murang'A County Music and Dance Camp, ambapo walienda pale Murang'A College for 3 weeks, wakakaa huko wakafunzwa, alafu this culminated into a gala night at the Hotel Nokras, where I was also the MC. And a lot of promises on that particular night by the former deputy governor and among the leaders who were there, and then nothing happened. in fact, most of the artists who came out of that project, some of them maintained contact with me long after the entire thing was shut down and forgotten. Like, yo, kuliendaje, unajua tumeinteract nao pale hivyo kwa auditions, and I was a volunteer, never paid a shilling by the county government, because they were like, no, we have enough for this. And I was like, don't need to pay me. As long as it's talent development, I'm in it. I'll volunteer myself. I'll ride with you guys and I'll do whatever I need to do. Don't pay me. So I'm there because of my passion for talent development. So niko pale tumepiga nini. That is the last thing that was ever happened in Murang'A county. Na even hizo vitu ziliambilianwa pale, sijui the 20 million studio yenye itajengwa, the music camps, the film festivals, kuna hiyo tab tutarudi saa hii, those things it happened. They do. Murang'A County does one thing a year, inaitwa kuparticipate kwa Kenya Music and Cultural Festival, which happens, they have two events, one at the county level, mchujo, alafu wanalipia hao watu wote wanaenda national, whether ni Mombasa, whether ni Kisumu, whether ni Nairobi, whether ni wapi, they pay for that. They pay people 2,000 shillings the whole time for allowance, and then that's it. Hiyo ndio ile kitu as far as I know inafanyika. Hii ingine maybe wanasikia wana support logistics kwa sports tournaments nini, I don't know. Ile kitu nimeona ni kuharibiwa kwa viwanja juu ya mikutano ya kisiasa. Rafiki yangu pale hivyo wakili wakili Ali complain sana, and I feel his pain, because basically mkijengewa kiwanja iwe kwa nyasi vizuri, mkifikiria sasa mtapiga kabumbu vizuri, tena kunatokea ki-event, kuna mogo kokoto sijui nini and all that and I think what really happens is that ukiona viwanja zikiletwa hizo public events, ni kwamba kuna a public amenity ingine inahitajika yenye ina host events, unacheki. Yes, that's the thing, but sione nä mwago icio nä mbeca cia mä ago mbeca nä itwarwo na gå kå na kå rä a kå ngä. I think this conversation needs to basically be centered around talent development, progressive development agendas, unacheki kama computers, ambapo the internet and the gadgets and hiyo area, hiyo scope ya technology, IT, hiyo area, innovation, hiyo area. Nasema innovation hata kwa agriculture. Unajua sasa ukiangalia venye watu wengi ulima, you walk around, look at the way people are farming. As in need to subsistence. There's no difference between the way some people farm today and the way your grandfather was farming in 1960. It's the same thing. No different results. It's just the time that is different. Now, the only people who are using these innovative new ways of farming and all that are very few. The majority of people, kawaida, ile kienyeji, nothing, no innovation on it, nothing. That's why I guess the mentality is the way it is. That is why the atmosphere is the way it has been. Remember, because we want to change it. We are changing it. It is changing, and we are living in the future, not in the past. We're not even in the, okay, fine. We're enjoying the present moment, but our mind is geared and focused and calibrated for the future. You understand? So, I do mawazo yangu, but let me know what you think about this whole thing. I wanted to check something. I don't know if there's something we left on about Murang'A. Hizi ni zile document women and men and women in Kenya. Hiyo tutaangalia kwa episode yake inakam. For today I was just wondering about Murang'A. Hiyo ndio ilikuwa ya wazo yangu. My question was, Murang'A, hii Murang'A yetu manzi, hii Murang'A inakwaje manzi, inakwaje? What's wrong with Murang'A? And we have realized there's nothing wrong with Murang'A. It's just the mentality. The county is so rich. The county is so wealthy in terms of heritage, in terms of resources. You can imagine all those billionaires if they decided to invest in in the talent development. You can imagine the kind of growth that would spur if all those billionaires look back. Just don't even just look back like this and decide to invest in talent development. Fine, yeah, there's education, those there's a bunch of scholarships going on. There's other industries that there's that level, there's those hubs. I don't know how I can express this, but there's a missing link. There's something that's why we have all these men and some women being hopeless and just living out life as if that is all there is. To have a family, have a little house, have a little source of livelihood, and bear kids and educate. That's not all there is about life. People have potentials. People are not just parents. People are not just voters. You know, those are my thoughts, man. I'm just wondering. Just wondering. Yeah, what do you think? Let me know. Just wondering also what you think about what I'm wondering about. What's wrong with Murang'A? Is something wrong with Murang'A? Do you agree with my views about this particular county that we call home? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, let me know what some of the other things you'd like us to wonder about together. Having said that, mimi nimefurahi sana kwa hii show. Nimefurahi sana vile tumefika mwisho wa kipindi wa Tafadhali. Officially, I'm Stephen Mwangi. Socially, I'm the founder of the Wonder Boy. Monetize, manifest, monetize. Monetize, manifest. Manifest, monetize. Thank you.